Tifa, my baby. I don't believe it. What's good in the web? I had to digest this. So I streamed Ubisoft's stream earlier with their press conference earlier, and apparently I got a copyright strike or something. Whatever the case happened, I couldn't stream. Right before Final Fantasy VII, the remake, was coming out. But I didn't know it was going to be Final Fantasy VII, the remake, because of the fact that I've been going through this cat and mouse chase for so long. My emotions is involved. I'm entangled. I'm entrenched. This is my one B game, Chrono Trigger, the GOAT game. Final Fantasy VII, the remake, with this Final Fantasy 15 battle system, and we still have yet to see if you can use 4 people in a party. And they just did a disclaimer. If you watch the PlayStation one, the official PlayStation one, they put in a little disclaimer that that footage is subject to change. But whatever the case, that looks, I ended up streaming it on Twitch, and it was just, you know how certain things happen just to happen. I hadn't been streaming on Twitch. I've never streamed on Twitch, but this gave me the reason. I was determined. I'm like Cloud after Sephiroth. I don't know why. I'm just like, I'm going to do it. Something says get him. Cloud did everything for Tifa. Aeris is Zack's girl. And that's why Aeris kind of attracted to him, but she always wanted to know more about him. Now with all this extra information from Crisis Core and Before Crisis and Avid Children and Dirge of Cerberus and every other in-between game and canon part of Final Fantasy VII, you know, I feel that they're going to touch with this a little more, even in the battle. The battle system, like, I know I'm jumping everywhere, and you know, I really had to emotionally get myself ready, because I had to go back and watch it a few times because I couldn't believe it. Not only did Final Fantasy VII the remake start the show, it was like 20 minutes of the show with jam-packed. I try my best to at least make her what she's supposed to be, because she's a really good ass character. Like, before I knew she was going to die, before it was spoiled for me, I ain't bitter. I just always want to emphasize that point. That's why my first playthrough, initially, I was so wrapped up with Aeris' death that I didn't even notice my baby Tifa. And you know, you can't do that. Been there for me since the beginning. I did everything for Tifa. I was too blind to see. I wasn't a fan of Tifa's skirt at first, and then it registered for me. I was like a robot almost. Is that they couldn't do the damn skirt the same way for Final Fantasy VII. It had to be loose or something where she was actually able to fight. And I know, you know, my perverted side, you know, don't judge me too much, but when she did somersaults, even though she had a skirt on, I like how they made the friction, or that's not the right word that I want to use. I like how they use the special effects, the CG, to do like different colors for her kicks. So it wasn't no Secure type stuff from Street Fighter. That's all I'm gonna say. And like my dude Alpha Omega Sin said, they didn't minimize Tifa. And that's not the main reason I like Tifa, honestly. I put that on everything. That's not the main reason I like Tifa. I like Tifa because of the fact that she was the girl that you did everything for, and you kind of lost your way, and then y'all found yourselves together. Like, really, Final Fantasy VII is a love story as well. A lot of people be pissed off about love stories in video games now. Jessie looked good. Jessie looked good too. I know from I seen like screens from before Jesse and Biggs is supposed to have like some little relationship, or that's what they were alluding to. It was still got a relationship, but now I see she tried to come up onto my dude Cloud. And what I also think is, you know how you get the materia after you finish the first reactor, where you blow that up and you find it there. It looks like Jesse gives it to you, and she says that's because you're saving her life. You know, it's just so many different elements and things. They made Eris cute too. They look like they made her have these demons or these spirits or something that's trying to follow her, like maybe almost like death. That's what it felt like, that she was being attacked. But when they showed her limits, like it showed that she was, I forgot the name of her limit, the one that where she blesses everybody and it's like she cures stuff. It's almost like a Asuna. But anyway, it looked like she did that. And when she did that, it gave her the whole little Snow White type thing and stuff like that. Zach? There's so much they can delve into. Are they going to have a map, like an open world map? Can you imagine? Can you imagine an open world map? How is Yuffie gonna play? How is Vincent gonna play? How is Sid gonna play? See, I really didn't believe it because we had been promised for so long. Like, this was legitimately the promised land. Final Fantasy VII, the remake, was legitimately the promised land. It was a tech demo or something like that for the PS3, and it came out, and we were thinking that this is what the graphics were going to be. This is what the combat system was going to be, and that the Final Fantasy 15, which was going to be 13 at the time, it was the 213s. That's what was it? Noctis is something, and Elgato or something like that. If y'all remember from back then, it was supposed to come out in 2006, something like that, and then got pushed to 2013, and they split, and it was 2010, and then that's when it was Lightning, and then she had her 3 games, and then that's when Noctis had his own game on 15, but then they had Final Fantasy 14. But it's been a whole bunch of X, Y, and Z type stuff since Funabaru Sakagachi, he left, and after the failure of the movie studio that they had back in the day. But speaking of X, Y, and Z, they even talked about it being a square button that you could press, which gave you the impression, which it only looks exclusively for right now for PlayStation 4. I don't know if the Switch can handle that. Now, I love my Switch. The Switch is one of my top 3 systems already. 1, 2, 3. Top 3 systems already. Damn. I can't believe it. Square came in and they brought something that we have been wanting for so long, and I don't know how many people really expected that to happen. And then not only that, they followed up with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. They followed up that's going to be on the Switch, and they followed up with Last Remnant, which I might get tonight. I was going to get Cuphead, but I might get Last Remnant tonight and play it in my private time. But for real, Square Enix is out here trying to get their crown back, because Atlas been shitting on them for years now, because nobody knows who was really in charge at Square Enix. We don't know what it's the old talent, new talent, what talent. Final Fantasy 15 took forever to come out. Kingdom Hearts is lackluster compared to the expectation, which is going to be, like, I kind of say that's equivalent to like Attack on Titan. But Attack on Titan is still ongoing. When you make a video game, it's more finite than, a anime, which can be infinite. Kind of like One Piece, if it's done well. But I'm glad that it's not going to be episodic. So it seems somebody did a close-up on one of the screens. I don't have the picture to insert right now, or else if I did, I would still do. But it says that it's not. What did it say on the thing? It said something like, it didn't say non-episodic. Oh, it said that it has a complete game and 2 discs. So this is the first PlayStation 2. Well, it might not be the first PlayStation 2 disc, but this is one of the first I remember in a long time. It's not too many of them. That's crazy. That means it's a lot of shit in it. That means it's a lot of information. Wow. They didn't tap on Chocobo Racing. They didn't even go into Gold Saucer, which means that Gold Saucer is going to become like this big lavish like thing with all these different events, and that all your infinity as you do without the game. Did you see how Did you see how Cloud and Tifa, they flipped the and they showed like a different chemistry like we always get initially in Final Fantasy VII, because I played it multiple times. Like Aerith is the default character, and by her being the default character, that her affinity is already higher, because they want the creators of the game, which is smart, they want you to get a higher emotional feel for her, so when she dies you feel something. However, when you look at the story in hindsight, after her death, Tifa was the one that you did everything for as Cloud, and the one who brought you back to reality, and that you was in love with, and that y'all gave each other's life balance. Yeah. That's what I took from it. It's a love story too, y'all. Filled with the end of the world and apocalypse thing. I want to see how the weapon's gonna look. I want to see Watu. I want to see, and I did say Watu. I want to see how inside the airship looks. Are we going to be able to ride on different vehicles? I want to see how Mako looks. I want to see how we see how some of the limits look, but I also want to see, what's another thing. I know that Honobu Sakagachi didn't want to do this story, or he never wanted to resurrect Aerith or said anything, because he kind of modeled that situation after his mother, who had passed around that time. But I wonder if they would have some way that Aerith could be resurrected, or that it's an option that she could be in the story or something, like she can come back to life. Everybody don't want to like her because of that, but the whole rumor thing and the big deal about it is this is one of the video game tragedies that Aerith died, but then again, like, she was that girl, they painted her the picture of that girl, and that's where Tifa comes in again, because she was the one. I wonder, are they going to make the sex scene between Cloud and Tifa, because they end up doing a sex scene between Ellie and Faye on Xenogears, because that was a little more mature than they did for Final Fantasy VII, because Final Fantasy VII, they kind of pulled back on it, and I remember reading about it, that they were going to be Tifa and Cloud, like right under the airship when they were talking, and right before they went for that final battle on the Northern Crater. Well, grind with me, relax your mind, cause your body is so weak. Slow dripping Tifa, baby. I'm happy. I'm exhausted. I expended so much energy, because I was like, this Final Fantasy VII, the remake, and all of the goodies that Square Enix had, it just destroyed everything. But I'm gonna be talking about this Final Fantasy VII remake for a long time. So into a Chrono Trigger Final Fantasy, and so a Chrono Trigger remake comes out that's like this kind of thing, or something. I'll be talking about this for a long time, and then that's going to Chrono Trigger will have to be way better than a Dragon Quest. Don't try to just do Dragon Quest. You better go exceed Dragon Quest. You better do that upgrade like Tales of Vesperia versus Tales of Arise, because Tales of Arise looks like a whole new game. It looks like Final Fantasy meets freaking Final Fantasy meets and seduces Tales game, and that's what it is now. It's anime-ish still, but humanistic. It's like it took that jump. It's almost Star Ocean, but more human. Like Star Ocean has like rounder faces, but this is the definition, at least from the physique and stuff how it's shown. It's more realistic. But anyway, Interweb, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Are you excited about the Final Fantasy? Oh, the Final Fantasy remake. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, right before my birthday. All right. Yeah, right before my birthday. 3/3/20. I'm gonna be streaming this instantly and then playing it in my private time. Please like the video if you like it, and if you don't like it, you know, that's okay. I appreciate it. Give it a dislike, you know, it shows it. I'm out here doing something. And if you're new to my channel, and you want to stay up to date with all things E3 and all things geek, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, interweb, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.